Hey YouTube, what's up? Thank you for joining me in. If everyone looks tired, because I'm tired. I had a whole day of riding with my new Schuberth C5. Now this is my initial thoughts. This is the first day. Today was the first day I'm wearing this after installing the communication system. All fixed and working very well. So in Switzerland, we had an event that organized by BMW and my dealer in Winter Tour, Hobby Motor. A big shout out for them. I was able to try out many BMW models. I will put some videos on the corner of this video so you can see what are the models that we were able to test drive. Right. So now this video is about my initial impression. As you know, if you guys watched my previous video, I'm coming from the BMW System 7 helmets. So, and because I rather for so aesthetic aspects, I switched to Schuberth because the BMW System 7 helmet looks huge on my head. So then I switched to Schuberth. I'm really happy with this, and also I'm really thrilled with how they integrated this plug and playable communication system. You can have the helmet without this system, and if you wish to upgrade it afterwards, you still can buy it afterward and just plug and play. I mean, it's really plug and play. They've done a very good job. So so there are many videos about this helmet and what the features and everything they have explained very well. So I'm going into rather the sort of like, according to my experience, the things that they could have done a little bit better. So first thing, I don't know, in the internet, in the other videos, they open this latch with ease, right? But I couldn't do it on the real in the real world setup. Right, so the only way I could open it is to open the visor and then put my thumb over here and then open this in. So I don't know, it's because the helmet is new. Once it's a little bit break in, probably it will let me open now without having to hold it here. But anyway, one. The second thing is, as you can see, the microphone is there, of course, for the communication system. But when you're closing this, most of the time, this mesh, which is there to sort of like cover up the external noise coming into the helmet, it will the microphone is on the way. So most of the time, I mean always, I have to push the microphone in, then close it, then on top I have to pull the microphone away from my face. A little bit extra steps, because in the BMW helmet I did not experience it, because that helmet is pretty long in the face, and I had way more distance between the front portion and my face, so the microphone was in between, so it did close nicely. But the disadvantage was, I guess, it did not seal properly as this does. That's one thing to note, right? So if you go to the dealer, take these points I'm mentioning and look it for yourself. So that's the reason why I'm making this video. So the next thing, it's very interesting. Now this is the communication system. This is the main unit. In this, they have packed the rechargeable battery and all the circuits, and there's one cable coming out, which connects with the antennas built into the helmet. Now, it's nicely done, as I said, really plug and play. And this one is the remote control to control this main unit. And there is no cable connection between these two. So, actually, you could take this part off and mount it onto your handlebar of the bike, or put it in the jacket pocket, or in the arm if you have some like BMW GS jackets that you have a transparent the pocket. You can put it and you can control it that way. So anyway, it's interesting. This one need not necessarily to be there. But there's one catch. If somebody told me otherwise, but this is my experience, the unit, switching off and turning off is done here, because then it shut off this main part. And when you turn this off, I'm not sure the remote also shuts down or go into a sort of like a standby mode. I saw it on the manual. There's a if you press and hold this button and the top button, it will turn itself off. And I also know when I do that, if I turn this unit on, it will turn the remote back on. So there's sort of a exchange between these two, to turning off, powering down and powering up itself. But in any case, if you turn this, once you turn this on, there's about between 5 to 10 seconds delay during these two establish a connection. That means the first time I wore this, I turned the unit on, and it gives some audio cues of the status. So when you turn on the helmet, it says hello, and it was so loud, right? So and I was trying to sort of like reduce that volume of that voice cues, but it didn't work, because at that time these two were not connected, right? But luckily it will save the last setting, the volume settings. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. And I was not able to test the app, because this unit comes with an app, and with that you can tune the radio. There's an FM radio built into this, and you can favorite your radio stations that you listen mostly. And what else? And you can add songs with that. But the best part is this works with Siri very well. So you can say, "Hey Siri," sorry if I triggered your iPhones. It will then, you can say to make a call or play that song or whatever, right? So all the commands work. I think Android also the same. So there's no point of meddling with iPhone app. You have to use the app to establish connections, to pair up with the other helmets, stuff like that. But everything you can do with the buttons as well. So anyway, but you have to have the manual with you. if you want to use the remote to do those settings. So that's that. And but once it's paired and everything, it's really good, and sound is very clear, even though I'm not listening to music or radio during my writings, because because that distracts me. I only use to communicate with my colleagues, my fellow writers, and to listen to my navigation commands, right? So that's that. There's one more thing that I would like to mention, because that's sort of like a feature, or at least the Schubert mentioned that they are going in this route. You you can the inner the pads, the padding, you can tweak to fit the shape of your head. I realize now this helmet, when comparing with BMW System 7, this this has very this goes, in my case, a little bit deeper into my head, and it will come lower than BMW does. So, and there's one problem I have come across, is that the cutout for the ear, with that, it because it sits lower, and the cutout sort of sits on my my right ear. That if you ride it for long, like 1 hour, it starts bugging me. So I just took the helmet out and see what the problem is. Then I realized that the ear cutout, the upper edge of the ear cutout inside, is resting on my ear. So long story short, so then you can, now this is the middle inner padding of this helmet. So if you have you could change this for a thicker one, so that the helmet rises a little bit. Then I would not have that problem, because it would not rest on my ear. So, and in this padding also, the size of the helmet and also the thickness of the padding is also written. The downside is you cannot order this on the Schuberth website on your own. You have to go to your dealer. So I contacted the dealer today, and I explained him what the problem is, and I told him if Schuberth advertised that they exchange these pads for free, and if he could order me a thicker pad after mentioning my situation. He said that there are other customers who also want to sort of like different paddings or thickness. Schubert have some delivery issues. They cannot deliver this on time. So let's see how long that it takes to them to send me, or at least I have to give this back and get a thicker padding, so that I can solve that issue. Other than that, this helmet is very quiet. It's very comfortable. It sits snugglier than BMW, as per my sort of like what I've realized today. And what I also realized is, when you open this, and the weight is sort of like, you have to it's put strain on your back of your neck. Of course, you don't ride with this position. When you're talking to somebody, or if you drink something, you put this visor up. Otherwise, when you're riding, I have no issues. I think that's also the case with BMW. BMW helmets are a little bit longer, so the weight distribution, once it's open, is different than this one. So that is something, it doesn't bother me at all. Just thought of mentioning it to you, and so that you can try it. What I mean, when you make a purchase, right? So it's very nicely done helmet. Really like it so far. I especially bought the matte black version because I have different color motorbike jackets, so this would suits with most of them. And I want to sticker it on my own, so that it has some uniqueness to it, right? So, and of course, the matte black version is 100 francs cheaper than the designed and colored ones. So yeah, in all, I'm really pleased. And as always, if you have any question regarding this helmet, just drop me right on the comments. If I can, I will answer you always. Yeah. So happy riding, and take care, and have a nice Sunday evening. Take care.